Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm taking a break from the My Favorite Norn script series this week to talk about SoundGhost's new plugin Texturize. SoundGhost was kind enough to send this over to me a month or so ago, and I've had a bit of time to really play around with it. Texturize is described as an adaptive noise enhancer and is on sale for £29. Before I get into the controls, I want to explain what Texturize is. The plugin is made up of a sample player with some basic volume, pitch, and filter controls and an envelope. The envelope behavior is similar to a sidechained gate and by default will open when an audio signal is received. This allows you to add a layer of texture to any audio source. The plugin comes with over 200 high-quality recordings and you can add your own custom sounds. Starting from the top, we have the input bypass toggle. If this is pressed, then the audio input will be muted. Underneath that is the envelope toggle. If this is pressed, then the sample player's volume will be unaffected by the internal envelope. Next to that is the preset window. This displays the current sample. By clicking it, you can bring up the browser. There are 6 categories: devices, electro waves, Foley, noise, synth FX, and tonal. At the bottom is the import button. Pressing this will bring up your computer's file browser where you can select a folder to add custom recordings. Next to the preset window are 2 arrows which allow you to cycle through the presets. Underneath the preset window, we have the import button again, the browser shortcut, and the waveform display button. The waveform display button will bring up a window which allows you to adjust the start and end points of the current sample. Now moving on to the knobs. First is rise. This controls how quickly the sample will fade in when audio is received. Volume controls the overall playback volume of the sample. Fall adjusts how long the sample takes to fade out. HP controls the frequency cutoff of the high-pass filter, and LP controls the cutoff of the low-pass filter. Finally, we have pitch, which controls the pitch of the sample. Before I had Texturize, I used to achieve a very similar effect with Massive X. I would disable the oscillators and group Massive with another instrument in a rack, so the texture would sit on top of whatever other software instrument I was using. One thing that was nice about doing it that way was that you could utilize Massive's internal modulators. You could have the pitch of the sample track with the notes you were playing, or randomly change the pitch with one of Massive's LFOs. You can get very similar results using Texturize with Ableton's stock expression control device. One thing I like to do is set one of the modulation outputs to random and then map it to the pitch control. You can adjust the rise and fall time on expression control to get a more bendy change or leave them low to get immediate pitch jumps. There are a ton of different inputs in expression control, such as velocity, key tracking, aftertouch, and both pitch bend and mod wheel. By setting the MIDI in to whatever input you like, you can now control any parameter in Texturize with that source. I find that you can really bring Texturize to life with some slight modulation. I've had a ton of fun with Texturize. I've been looking for a plugin that can add some subtle noise to my tracks that's not the traditional vinyl crackle or tape hiss. The range of sounds included is seriously impressive, and the ability to add your own custom sounds ensures that it will never get stale. Thank you again to SoundGhost for sending this my way. I've actually done a couple sample packs for them, which are available on their website as well. That's all I have for today. I'm planning on getting back to the My Favorite Norn script series episodes next week. The script I was planning on covering this week is in the process of a pretty major update, so I figured it was best to wait for that to come out. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.